start with Mark.
Okay.
As the current director, along with J.P. Thibodeau, you'll be moving over into the role of Richard Hannay.
Yes, Hannay.
Hannay, pretty soon. How difficult? Well, a few months.
Yeah.
How difficult is it going to be to release the reins of director and jump into the role that you've been guiding John at?
Well, it'll be interesting.
It's going to be easy. Yeah,
it's going to be easy. Piece of cake. Well, because I'll have been away from directing the show. By the time I step into the role, I'll have been away for almost 2 months with these guys, and these guys have been running the show. So I don't think it'll be that hard. I hope. But now I think the hard part's going to be I actually have to now do all of the things I've made John do and figure out how he does them and how he makes them look so easy and effortless. And I tried one thing when we were in rehearsals. There's this one move he has where he has to flip underneath a ladder. And I thought, I'll just give that a try. I had a bruise like the size of a dinner plate on my thigh from doing it wrong. So it's a good thing I'm only doing it for a week because I don't think I'd survive much longer.
Everybody else on the show gets to run through more costume changes and accents than you can shake a stick at, but you get a period mustache.
Yes, I get. Yes.
And you pretty much have to play it straight. I mean, you're one of the tethers of the whole one solid string.
Yeah, I feel like the sort of kind of like the anchor for the whole thing, I suppose. You know, like there has to be somebody who's taken the pie in the face, or there has to be somebody who's the straight guy. That said, I think Richard Hannay is a really interesting character. What we've done with it, and that he's truly trying to find the person that he's in love with, and settle down. And he's genuinely lost. But I also think he's quite innocent in a lot of ways, and so I think that helps with the joy of the character who doesn't understand the German person, doesn't understand the Scottish person. He's one of those typical English people who absolutely can't understand Scottish or somebody with a German accent.
You were so outstanding in some of the characters you were juggling. How do you keep all of that straight as an actress?
It's in the body because you've done the rehearsal for it, and you got the wigs and you got the costumes and you got the words, so it just falls into place, and you just try to fill it with more and more stuff, not too much stuff, but just kind of be in the moment and take on what the other guys are feeding you. And I had to jump on the train as it was running. So
and that little earplug in your ear and the script pasted all over the
Cue cards.
Like this.
Yeah.
Did a lot of prep before I came, so
having a cast that's been in this before, a director that's familiar with the role, did that help get you through some of the challenges?
Absolutely. And I was a big fan of the show when it first came out. I was there opening night, and it's totally up my alley in terms of the style of humor and the gags and the shtick. So I was chomping at the bit when I got the call. I thought, yeah, I'm going to be a part of this. And they really know what they're doing, and you get dragged around for Act 2 by John in handcuffs, so you kind of helps you through it.
Except when I think we're going to have to be dragging me around because I don't know.
I was going to mention your well-stocked trophy case at home and suggest that perhaps you are in the right line of work. But in this production where you're doing so many different roles, is there one in particular that you really enjoyed? Like your Mr. Memory at one point in this thing?
Mr. Memory.
An integral part of the play?
Yeah. No, there's not a favorite. I mean, I do so many, and night to night and, show to show, it changes where we have the fun. But, yeah? Which was your favorite?
I love Mrs. Jordan. I think Mrs. Jordan is my favorite thing that Chris does in the play.
Yeah. And the women.
She's just so pretty.
And the Crofters.
In your mind, she's just so pretty. And I just see that when you play her.
You can see how beautiful you think
so
you are.
It's true.
It makes me
howl. It makes me howl. We did one day in the rehearsal hall.
She's very elegant.
She's very elegant. Where we were sort of, running through the show with a lot of the costume pieces, but we didn't have the wigs yet. So Chris played Mrs. Jordan in the whole Mrs. Jordan costume but without the hair. She was alarming. She was a rather terrifying person that day.
Oh. Andy, the chemistry between you and Chris is just palpable. I mean, you guys hit off and work everything together. Where do you think that kind of comes from? I mean, you're from One Yellow Rabbit as well, lots of experience there.
Yes.
But you've got a pretty big resume of your own.
Yes, rather large.
Japanese show.
Well, I think the chemistry comes from coveting Chris's Betties. Can I just borrow one? We've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
And, took a while to get over that. And to swallow my pride. Because
Bringing
I'm
yourself
outnumbered
down.
on the Betties. Yeah, bringing myself down to Chris's level.
Yeah.
Chris did a couple One Yellow Rabbit shows a few times, and it was okay. Did you win anything on that? Were you nominated for anything?
Oh my God! Oh my God!
I think the thing is, we like each other. We just like each other, and I think there's a real kind of a beautiful comic generosity. We get backstage, and Chris goes, "What were you thinking?" and I got to bow to that. And you know what Mark said when in his last season as artistic director of Vertigo Theatre, and I thought this was just so cool. He said, "I want to cast my friends," and I think it often works out pretty well.
Yeah.
When you put people who like each other in the same room.
Yeah, Mark is great at putting a group together.
I think I probably overly gushed in my review of the talent. Is
No.
Is that possible?
Yeah, gush more. No, we're all up for gushing.
I'm just going to open it up to everybody here because we're kind of coming up to the end of the time. You guys have another show to do. For you guys that have done this before, and like especially in dinner theater where you're doing like 8 shows a week, how do you keep that role exciting and fresh and new for every audience that comes through the door? I mean, aside from performing the line for people that haven't seen it before.
Well, that's the kick. I mean, that's the kick of doing theater. Is first of all, you're never going to get it exactly right. It's never going to be perfect. That's the main thing for me. So it's always a chance to work on it every single show, and every audience is completely different, and they paid a lot of money to come and see it, so you better put it out for the show. So there's a lot of good reasons to make it fresh and enjoy yourself in a long run, I guess.
And it's the joy of working with the people. I'm looking forward to working with the people every
Yeah,
night. I
we
look
look
forward to
forward to coming to
staying
work
every
every
night.
day.
Yeah.
Because isn't it kind of fun to show up every day and feel like, we joke a little bit, just a little, about feeling kind of like kids, but we get to show up and play
Absolutely.
every day. And I swear, in some way, it adds to our lives in a lot of ways,
In some cases with awards.
Yeah. And there's a lot of respect and professionalism in the gang. It's always about the work. Even if we're having a lot of fun, the focus is always on the work and trying to make the moments better and funnier and richer, I find. So it doesn't stray. It doesn't start to fall apart that way because people care too much.
Yeah. As good as everybody, like any one particular actor or actress may do, it just seems like, the ensemble makes the whole thing fly. Definitely. So it's hard to single out anybody. But well, you guys have been super kind in stopping in and spending a few moments here with me in between 2 shows today. So I can't thank you enough. I can't advise audiences strongly enough to come out and see the show. You're doing a fantastic job, and keep up the great work. That's right.
Thanks for coming out.
You loan me $6.
Appreciate it a lot.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks.